Hey there, kidlets. I'm Leon, and if toilets spin backwards in the southern hemisphere, does the world spin backwards too? If so, I'm not really liking the way the world's turning. Effectively, what you sort of got going on is clarification. I don't know how you did it, but some chemical reaction between the soy milk and the Coke has caused it to pull the artificial coloring out of the Coke. That's pretty much all I got. It just looks cool. It looks gross. I wonder if that's how they made Pepsi clear. You know, they just took regular Pepsi and poured it in with a whole bunch of soy milk and, you know, took off the crap from the top, poured off the clear Pepsi, and just got rid of all that solid junk. Effectively, my first little bit before I actually looked at what the bottom was that you got your solids up top, the foam, blah 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 blah, the bits of quote unquote milk. Yeah, I just don't understand how this works. How you got a curd-based substance up top. I mean, yeah, it's soy, and there is soy curd, which is pressed and made into tofu. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. But the last time I checked, soy milk was kind of a wee bit too processed for it to go back far enough to be then retransformed into being curd. It's just kind of creepy. Now, I could see it doing it with regular milk. A nice bit of whole milk in there. To make Coke flavored cottage cheese. Aha. I like cottage cheese. I'm weird. For what it sounds like, that's the texture, though I don't think I could, like, you know, handle Coke flavored cottage cheese. Yeah, let's go look at the picture there. Yeah, effectively, you've caused a clarification. That's pretty much all I got. You broke it. Is effectively the idea behind it. Now, breaking something is different in cooking terms, food terms, than it is in, say, mechanical terms. Although it's not that different. See, what you've done here is taken two substances and caused them to separate into three substances by mixing the two substances into one. Now, normally when you mix two substances together, you want them to become one substance, thus an emulsification, like eggnog. Eggnog is a classic emulsification. It's a hollandaise-based sauce, effectively, which hollandaise is also an emulsification. It's where you take two substances, whip them together, whip whip them together until you get a single substance. Emulsified. Look it up. I'm not your goddamn dictionary. But effectively, you've taken the emulsification of the Coke and its basic substance and the emulsification of the soy milk and mixed them together. And yes, I do believe that it is the Coke's acid that caused this reaction, more or less, because it's the acid in the Coke that would turn milk into cottage cheese. Well, you just kind of gotta wonder what the milk's acid is doing in there. I imagine it's still hanging out in the middle, effectively mixed with the Coke and Coke's acid, happily reacting and keeping the two solids areas separate from the clear Coke. One question, is it still carbonated? Well, it probably isn't. I mean, it was out for 2.5 hours, so... But, if there's any carbonation left, that would definitely be an interesting little bit of information. Weird stuff. Not just this, but the ice cream and Coke. That's not exactly a cool thing around here. Around here we do that with root beer, and it's got to be A&W root beer, otherwise it's blasphemy. No, I suppose you could do it with Henry's, and it's not really blasphemy. And you could do it with Henry's, but A&W is just better. And it's better if you get real A&W. Like, go down to the A&W store and say, hey, I'd like a gallon of A&W root beer. And they get a gallon jug, like, for milk. And it wasn't for milk, it's just a plain plastic tub. Bottle jug that they buy a whole bunch and bring them in and fill up gallons of root beer. It's good stuff. You just get that chilling in the refrigerator, pour it over ice cream. It's got to be vanilla. Otherwise, that I'm fairly sure would be blasphemy. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Crap, I didn't really do an intro, did I? I'll refilm something and tack it on at the front. So I'll talk at y'all later. Son of a man! I swear, Blunty, you got a bad influence on me. This salute. God. So natural. But it sort of has become me, I guess. Life goes on though, yeah? Talk at you all later.